So I want to give you a little hint today, a little tip that is really going to help you with your passion, purpose, your focus, your drive. You know, many, many years ago, I was trying to get a book deal, and I'd put on a little talk about how to lose weight, because my book was all about that. And I hadn't sold hardly any tickets, so I cancelled it. And the same day, my agent called me and went, "Oh my gosh, I've got 6 different publishers who want to come to your talk." I'm like, "Well, I've just cancelled this. Put it back on quick," because they're all coming. And it was that weekend, and I think she called me on a Thursday night. So on the Friday, I rang all my friends, everyone. I said, "Come to this talk, it's completely free." And I got lots of people to come because I knew that 6 major publishing houses were coming to this talk. And she told me one of them was definitely going to give me a deal, if not all of them. So I only had Friday. And on Friday, I could have spent ages planning the talk. But you know, I didn't. I actually made a mood board. I thought that's a good thing. So on Friday night, I had an old picture and I took it out of the frame. And I started to stick things in it. And I wrote, "Marisa Peer gets a great book deal." I cut out the Times best-selling list and I stuck it in there and wrote on it, "My book, You Can Be Thin." And I did lots and lots of pictures like Marisa Makes People Thin. I went through magazines, I cut stuff out, I wrote some checks out there. I made this mood board really exciting, and I just looked at it and looked at it and looked at it. And it made me so excited about my talk. And the next day I went off and I did the talk, and lo and behold, at the end, somebody came up to me and she said, "Oh my God, I love that talk, and we want you to come in on Monday, and we're going to offer you a book deal straight away, and we'd really love you not to meet the other 5 publishers because we want you." So that was very exciting. And in fact, I did end up signing with them, and it all was wonderful. But I know it was that mood board that helped me, because it took my mind to where I wanted to be. It made me focus only on success. Of course, a mood board doesn't say things like, "Well, I might not make it." The mood board has success. So let's imagine you want to be a therapist. That's what your vision is, or a photographer. Maybe you want to be a chef. I want you to imagine you've got a mood board and you fill it up with pictures. If you want to be a chef, pictures of great food, reviews from restaurants, and of course you're going to cross out the name of the chef and write your name in instead in black marker pen. So find lots of reviews and put your name in, and then write all over the mood board too. Let's say your name is Alexandra Richardson. You're going to put Alex Richardson instead of that chef, and you're going to put lots of reviews. And let's say you found the top 10 best restaurants, and you're going to call your restaurant the Fox. And so you cross that and you put the Fox, Alex Richardson's restaurant, the Fox, and just keep looking at that. And you write all over your mood board all the things that work for you. People love this restaurant, the best restaurant in wherever you live in the world. The food here is amazing. And then you look at lots of interviews with chefs, and you imagine your interview and you put it up there. You can even mock one up. That's what printers are for. So mock up an interview, mock up everything, and look at that mood board. Mock up all the things that you're going to cook that are going to give you pleasure. Mock up the cookery book you're going to write. Mock up so much stuff. You know, a couple of years ago I was asked to work with probably the angriest kid I've ever worked with in my life. And when we started to work, he said, "You know, no one loves me. I have no love in my life." And I realized that his anger was actually incredible pain, but I talked to him and I asked him what he was good at. He said nothing. So I asked him what he loved, and he said cooking. So we talked about that a bit, and he's ended up being a phenomenally successful chef. He's got a great girlfriend. He went to work for other chefs. He's now got his own restaurant. His life has changed dramatically because I found one thing that he loved and focused on his purpose and the reason he was here. And he loved cooking so much that I knew straight away that that's what he was meant to do. And now he's doing it. His life has changed 360 degrees. Mood boards have been proven over and over again to stimulate your brain, to excite your imagination, to keep your focus on where you want to go. When you focus on where you want to go, you actually go towards it. The more you focus on where you want to be, the more your mind like a heat-seeking missile, takes you to where you want to be. So if you want to be an Olympic athlete, you'd have to take a lot of action, you have to practice a lot and train a lot. If you don't want to do something physical, train your mind, practice with your mind, use mood boards. I've done quite a few radio interviews about why mood boards are so successful, why people who have everything tend to have mood boards. Now, the mood board I made years ago, I put it above my bed, which was an odd thing to do actually, because I face away from it, so I don't look at it every day anymore. But a little while ago I looked at it and I realized that every single thing I put on that mood board had come true. In fact, when I finished with all the things I was going to do as a writer, I put up some pictures. One was hot air ballooning and one was something else. And I realized that every single thing I'd put up, I think one was riding a camel, I'd actually done all of those. So I thought, well, I'm about to make a new mood board now with new things that I wanted. I wrote down some of the countries I wanted to go to. So if you put it above your bed, do make sure that you look at it. Better to put it really on your fridge or in your kitchen or in your office. You can also take a big photograph of it and make that your screensaver and the wallpaper on your phone, because then of course you will look at it every day over and over again. But even though I made that mood board and put it in a place where I didn't look at it and actually looked away from it, guess what? It still worked. So imagine how it will work if it's right in your line of vision, if it's on your computer screen. And I work with many, many women who are having huge problems conceiving, and I get them to make a baby board. Same thing, but it's a picture of a positive pregnancy test coloured into yes. It's lots of pictures of babies. I have them also put that on Instagram and on their computer screen so they see it every day, and the success rates with using that baby board are phenomenal. Make your mood board. Use it. Look at it. It will really help you take action because it will excite your imagination. It will motivate you and it will inspire your potential. And as you move towards your potential, it expands. So don't focus too much on where you are now, because guess what? Your potential expands as you move towards it. And you know what that means? It means you can never know what your potential is, because as you move towards it, it expands. So you may think, I just want to get a job in a kitchen. I'd love to work in a kitchen cooking. And as you start that, you're going to think, actually, I'd like to be the senior chef in this kitchen. That will move to, I want my own restaurant. I want my own cookery book. I want my own cookery program. There's nothing wrong with any of that. One of my clients just wanted to be a vet. That's all she wanted to be, but she couldn't be a vet because she was asked to leave veterinary school twice because she dropped out of school before she was fully educated, and they said, no, sorry. She couldn't afford to go back a third time anyway. And she was so depressed about that. I said, look, it isn't black or white. Why do you want to be a vet? She said, I love animals. I just want to work with animals. And so I spoke to her and asked her to consider working in a charity for animals and being an animal trainer. One of my friends, a guy called Jerry Cott, who used to be in the Boomtown Rats, is a fantastic animal trainer. He trains animals for all the different adverts you'll see on television and for movies too. And so I got him to speak to her. And lo and behold, she started off working in a dog and cat rescue shelter. And then she trained to be an animal behavioral expert. And then she got her own show. So her potential went from working in this animal rescue center, being paid to work in an animal rescue center, training to be an animal behavioral expert, writing a book and getting my own television show. That was extraordinary. All because that was what her heart wanted to do. That's all she ever wanted to do. And now she's doing it, and you know what? She's happier and worth more financially than she'd ever been a vet. If she'd been a vet, she'd be happy. Doing what she's done has made her ecstatic and financially more successful, happier in every way possible. So keep thinking about your goals. Use that mood board, and remember, your potential expands as you move towards it. Where you are now It doesn't matter. You have no idea what your potential is, because it's going to move as you move towards it. And when your mind moves to new dimensions, guess what? It never, ever, ever goes back. Only goes forward. So start now. You'll be amazing.